Ladies and gentlemen, my name is XPC Reaper. Today we're taking a library card look at Interstellar Marines. Now you're probably thinking you've already produced a video on Interstellar Marines. You're damn right, so I'm going to link it in the description. But today, I'm going to be showing off the showcases for each map. Let you see everything each little map is going to offer you in terms of environment, stuff like that. This is basically just going to be looking at the changeability of the maps, the dynamic way they're laid out, for example, and things like that. If you're looking for actual combat gameplay, then you're going to want to search elsewhere. Now, at the moment, we're playing on this map, Astrodome, which I just showed you. Oh, my flashlight went out. Oh, I must have to press it on to toggle it. So you can see we've got all the lights on here now. If I press N, we've got sprinkler systems, which are going to be very cool, definitely. And you'll notice inside each interior bit, you won't get water falling on you. However, if you just stand about here, you can see it slightly dripping down onto you, dusting your helmet up, things like that. Then of course, we've switched that off. You can hear some noise. That's those fans over here, which are going to be producing a lot of background noise, which is going to drown out a lot of the sounds for longer range fire, things like that. We switch that off. We can see dark lighting. You've got very low level lighting on this here. You can still see a decent amount of things. We press it again and we cycle back to this. So this map, Astrodome, has 4 cycles which will actually allow you to go through. Now we're going to exit to the main menu, loading the main menu, and now we're going to go for elevation. Let's show you a little thing about elevation. Now you can see right off the bat, you've got these red circular alarm lights showing everything. You've got those bits dropping down, which is going to add an interesting element of verticality to this entire map. Then if we press N, for example, that just cycles it, and we've got things changing about again. However, the lighting has changed as well, and everything, it looks like the entire map is made out of blocks which are going to be adjusting. We press N again, everything is disappeared. Absolutely everything has disappeared, which is really nice. It's going to add that real flashlight requirement in that I was mentioning in the actual multiplayer video. We press N one more time. This is going to bring it so you've got all the lights enabled, and again it's cycling through the map. Now when you get down to these lower parts of the map, for example when you're running about, for example on this platform, you've still got staircases and everything. You've got a wide variety of different places you can run about in. That right there, you can't go in there. However, if you were to cycle it, there will be points where you'll be able to use these corridors as actual corridors. So this element, it's definitely got a very nice verticality element to it, and the fact that corridors, you're not going to be able to memorize the exact layout of a map on your first go, because everything is going to keep changing. Now you can see that right there, you've got a big structure there. Are you able to run into that? You should be able to, yeah. You can run in here and then you can use the stairs and get up to the top. So at the moment we've gone through 5 cycles for this map. We press N one more time. We've got that right there. I'm not sure if it's going to get so that the red lights come on again, but yes. So in total this map has 7 variations of how it can be laid out. Considering the fact this is an indie developed game, extremely impressive. Next, let's take a look at evacuation. Now, this map is much more outdoors. You can still see the sort of cavernous roof up there. Either that or it's a really filthy sky. Nope, it's a cavernous roof. But if we press N, it's cycled so that it's actually now raining and you've got thunder and lightning. You can just hear the thunder sort of rumbling away in the background there. And the lights are now out. So this right here would be very intriguing in multiplayer because you'd want to be moving about with your flashlight off because you wouldn't want to be easily visible. But at the same time, if you don't have your flashlight on, you could quite simply run into things. The lightning is going to give a periodic glimpse of the map in general. But let's cycle through, press N again, and you can see it's actually just raining now. But we have light. Now even still, the dense fog in this map is actually gonna provide a really interesting way that you're not going to be able to see right to the other side of the map. I'm wondering if that fog is going to disappear. You've got things like this right here is one of the downed ships, which is really nice. It's actually really cool, like, looking in that. That's the sort of thing I would love to see that in a campaign of some kind. Some cutscene where you're actually flying in one of these things before dropping in to combat. So you can see at the moment we've got a definitely dense fog which is covering everything. If we press N one more time, this will be our 4th variation. So this will be, yes, 4 variations of the map. And we've now got that green sickly fog. We're just going to cycle through, see if the lights go out. That means this map has a total of 4 variations. So yep, you can see the light is going out and we are now in the dark. So this map has a total of 4 variations for evacuation. Now let's go on to Rupture and let's have a look and see what Rupture has to offer us. Now right off the bat you'll notice this map is dark. I noticed that too. Let's press N, see what happens. And it's going to make things light. That's cool. So some of you might recognize this map, and if you do, then it might be because of the previous video we actually did where we played a fair amount on this map. It was a good fun match against a number of players. So you've got 2 variations. Hit N, adjust things about. Now that's a 3rd variation. Don't look like that light is going down at all. Nope, you've still got some light. So now we're going on to 4 variations. Get that green sickly fog in, which is going to limit your visibility over range. So that's 4 variations. We press it one more time, it starts raining. Is that light going to go out, or is that going to continue up there in the sky? Looks like it's moving across to the other side, but it's going to stay on. So is that 6 variations? Right, so we press N one more time. That's going to give us this sort of semi-natural one. You can see the dynamic shadows and everything from the light playing on, which is really, really nice. Those shadows do look absolutely tremendous. So we press N one more time. This will be an 8th variation. You can see the rain is coming down. Is the light going to go out? The light is slowly fading. So the 8th variation is when it goes back to the point blank stage. And not point blank, pitch black. I don't know why I said point blank. Probably because you need to be that close to actually see anything. So you can see this map has 8 variations. Now, let's show you the next one. We've just done Rupture. Have a look at Arch. Space to spawn. Now, we've got 1 variation. Light outside. Everything's natural. Press N, what is our 2nd variation going to be? That is really cool. The hole in the roof, you can see the sun moving across. Well, the artificial sun, I should say. So you've got two variations: light, rainy, medium light. Then if you press N one more time, you can cycle it through. It looks like that light is actually fading. So you've got dark raining, which is presumably going to have some lightning. Yes, lightning does indeed appear. Press N one more time. We can cycle it through. It's now rainy. Is that going to be a highlight? Yes, it's got rainy, visible light. And one more time. Is the rain going to stop, or is this actually another one which is a rainy high-vis one? Nope, you've got a rainy high-vis one as well, which is cool. Press N one more time. What's going to happen there? Rain's continuing. What's happening with the light? You can't shoot out the light, by the way. Which, it's unfortunate, because that would be really interesting if you were able to shoot out the light and then maybe it took a while to respawn, but then you were able to actually artificially change the lighting of the map. So is that 7? I don't know. I'll stop counting the amount of variations. You can see the sun's moving across the sky, and we're going into dark rain again. So it looks like that's all the variations for this map, is it? Yes, I believe that's all the variations for that map. I'll include a little counter of how many variations there actually is. So next we'll go on to mainline. Mainline, what have we in you? We've got standard, high light, no rain, press N. You can see that twirling about and moving across the sky. So it's changing the light pattern. It's going for a more sort of sunset hue. So that's 2 variations. Press N one more time. You can see it's moving along. It's giving us that green sickly fog again, which is definitely not particularly pretty. But it's going to be interesting because it's going to affect the visibility. You might also recognize this map. This is one of the ones we played in the multiplayer footage. Was that just lightning? I think it was. Press N again. What have we got? Is the light dimming? I believe the light is dimming. So this is going to bring us to the dark with some smoky patches of light. It's kind of cool because it was flickering about my flashlight and everything when it was changing all the lighting for the map. So you've got that dark with flickering lighting, so it's still got reasonable visibility. Then it's raining, the sun's coming back up. We're getting another good source of light, so you'll be able to see a good distance through the map at this point. We press N again. It's moving across the sky, and is it going back to the standard? I believe it is. Yeah, that looks like we're going back to the original starting point. I just love the way the shadows are done in this here. It's definitely got a beautiful dynamic lighting system. So that was mainline. Let's go for mainline winter. Ooh, this is going to be very interesting. So you've got snow on the ground and snow is falling. If we press N, what happens? We're cycling through the sky. It's going for a more sort of Arctic lighting condition this time. It looks very sort of Arctic or possibly Antarctic conditions. We press N again. I wonder, is there going to be, that would be really interesting if there was one which was darkness in the snow. So we've got that variation. Press N again. It looks like it's just cycling the sun through the sky. Doesn't look like it's dimming it down or anything, but the way it's actually changing the whole appearance of the map, like this right here. This is a very sort of almost a sickly green hue to everything. And then we press N again. It just seems to be cycling the sky through, which is kind of unfortunate, I suppose. I would love to see a winter map which was pitch black, which actually allowed it to go pitch black. So we've gone back to that bluish Arctic sort of colouring for it. So that's got a good amount of variations. Alright, fair enough. So that's mainline winter. Let's see what else we have. We have operations. Now I press space. This one... Was this featured in our video? I think it might have been for the initial couple of minutes of the game. Which was... yeah. This was featured, at least when I came on, I was playing it. So you've got 1, 2 variations which affect the lighting. You can switch that off. You've got different variations of lighting. So you've got 3 variations. Now you have that red flashing emergency light. So that's 4 variations. Press N again. Everything has gone into pitch black. So you've got 5 variations. Press N again. And it seems like everything has gone back to normal. So you've got 5 variations of lighting. And just make sure things are just sort of standardized. Yep, looks like you've got 5 variations of lighting for this map. So you're probably thinking, well, it's probably about 9 maps or so, but what you're not actually taking into consideration is the dynamic way the maps are done. I mean, even some of the games, the big AAA releases worth about £40, things like that there, some of them only ship with about 9 or 10 maps. This actually, however, it gives you 9 maps with a huge amount of diversity in it. So you've got that standard one. If we press N, ooh, everything has gone out except the lights in the ship. That is really cool. We press N again. What do we have? Ooh, we've got the emergency lighting. We press N again. What do we have? It's gone back to pitch black. Oh, we've got some lighting. So is that 3 variations? It looks like this map only has 3 variations, but still, when you consider it, at the moment this has a total of probably about 40 different variations of the maps, which is really interesting. And each map goes through its variations as you play it. I'm just going to see if they've added anything to the sandbox. I don't believe they have. Ooh, you can shoot out that light. Can you shoot out that one? This is cool. I like this a lot. Come on. Get shot out. So you can actually shoot out a good amount of the lights in this map. Come on, switch off. There you go. I wonder, can I sink this map into total darkness? Close enough. So ladies and gentlemen, this has been a look at the dynamic map aspects for Interstellar Marines. This game is available, it's in early access, so if there are any bugs you'll have to forgive them, but for the price this game is asking, I think it's somewhere in the region of £10 or so, this game is definitely worth it. I've had so much fun playing this game. I play it a fair amount in my spare time as well, actually. This is probably one of the games that sees the most of my spare time actually being played. But thank you very much for tuning in. My name has been XPC Reaper. This has been a library card look at Interstellar Marines. And I will see you next time.